Hello everyone. Welcome to Forbidden Files. My name is Jay. I believe everyone has the impression that Singapore is a very safe country and ranked first in safety and police security for many consecutive years. However, 34 years ago, in this safest country in the world, a horrifying and bizarre case happened. Two primary school students were on their way to school and disappeared 500 meters near the school. What's more bizarre is the victim's parents seem to be hiding a secret. This is the most bizarre disappearance in Singapore in the past 30 years. This is the 1986 McDonald's boys case. On May 14, 1986, Singapore's own primary school was about to start its afternoon classes. The teacher did a roll call and noticed Ted Chinan and To Honghua had not arrived at school. But Ted Chinan's bag was at his seat. The teacher asked the other students and found that Ted Chinan had left his house at 11:3 a.m. that day and waited for the school bus at block 170 Hitler on 1 Toa Payoh. He and 14 other students got off the bus around 12:02 p.m. at the side gate of the school. Ted Chinan then went alone towards Norfolk Road. Several students saw him at that time. Everyone thought he was either going to the shops or looking for his best friend, To Honghua, who lived near the school. Some of his classmates even helped take Ted Chinan's bag to school. They headed to the canteen to eat lunch. It was almost time for class, but Ted Chinan had not come to the canteen. His classmates brought his bag to the classroom and placed it on his seat. They never see Ted Chinan again. And the other child in this case, To Honghua, his house was only 500 meters away from school. As it was very close, he walked to school daily. To Honghua's mother Chen Yuan recalled, that day at noon, she heard her son shouting, "Mama, Chinan is here to bring me to school." Then, she heard her son leaving the house. She didn't expect this to be the last words she will ever hear from her son. The evening that day, To's mother prepared dinner, but her son never came back. At the start, To's mother thought he was playing somewhere, so she contacted his best friend, Ted Chinan's parents, but Chinan did not return home as well. The parents hurried to school, and the teacher said their kids had not attended class that afternoon. Noticing something was wrong, they called the police immediately. The police took action as soon as they got the report. They sent police to the school and searched the surrounding of their houses. On that day, nearly 100 police officers scoured Pulau Ubin and Pulau Tekong. 5 days had passed, the two kids had not returned home. The police couldn't find any leads and could only enlist the help of the media to find the boys. Even so, 1 week had passed. There was no news of Ted Chinan and To Honghua. The parents of the boys were overworked and collapsed one by one. As Ted Chinan and To Honghua are still small, they only had some pocket change on them when they disappeared. Even the police were worried. They made an exception and sent criminal investigators to the case. The investigating teams were led by 8 experienced police officers from the Secret Society branch and received support from every district command in the country, deploying teams from 8 police divisions in the country, gathering over 50 police officers, and started a rare large-scale search operation. 1 month after the disappearance, the police had placed 40,000 posters and contacted Malaysian police for cross-border searches. The police summoned over 200 people for interviews. Unfortunately, it was futile. In late 1986, the police even used the first episode of Crime Watch to reenact the case of the missing boys. In the second year, the police printed 500 missing posters for Indonesian police to extend the search to Indonesia. Since then, media from multiple neighboring countries had published the photos and news of the missing boys. At that time, McDonald's Singapore charity had announced a reward of S100,000 and sponsored the printing of missing posters and placed them on the streets of Singapore. In the 1980s, S100,000 was a huge sum of money. A 4-room apartment of 100 square meters in an undeveloped district costs around S76,000. Through investigation, the police had listed 5 possibilities of the whereabouts of the boys. 1. They ran away from home. At first, the police thought the kids were just naughty and skipped school or left home due to a fight, but the two families said the boys were good kids and never left without telling them. They were afraid the boys were caught in an accident or kidnapped. 2. They drowned. The police suspected that To Honghua and Ted Chinan had played near the water and accidentally fall into the water, as it was May that year. It was a common occurrence, but the families rebuked it. They claimed together that To Honghua and Ted Chinan were afraid of water and didn't like to swim. 3. They were kidnapped. The investigation team searched the background of both families. their social relationships, and economic conditions. They were not rich people. Ted's father was working overseas and only made dues, and To's mother survived on the house's rent. They hadn't received any ransom call. 4. An act of revenge. Ted's family is honest and gentle. They didn't have any enemies, and To's mother, Tendia Guan, was a divorcee. She was a single mother, and she said she didn't have any enemies. 12-year-old kids wouldn't have any enemies either. Even if they met a psychopath, there will be clues, but their bodies can't be found until now. 5. Cross-border abduction. Singapore has strict police enforcement. There is no child trafficking in the country. If there were child traffickers, they would definitely sell the children overseas. However, there were no records of the 2 boys leaving the borders. Singapore's customs are very strict. To let the boys pass through without being noticed is impossible. After a detailed analysis on the matter, all the possibilities were rejected. The investigation had stopped to a halt. Such a big case was unheard of in that era. It had caused a major effect on the population. At that time, everyone was afraid. Parents sent their children to and from school. Schools only allowed parents to pick up their children. Other people have to go through strict protocols. Therefore, the police were very concerned and committed a large amount of manpower and resources to find the missing children. The 2 boys are still missing. Let's analyze the timeline of events again. At 11:03 am, Ted Chinnen left home and got on the bus. At 12:02 p.m., Ted Chinnen got off the bus at the side gate of the school. At 12:03 p.m., Tendia Guan heard her son said, "Mama, Chinnen is here to bring me to school," and left the house around p.m. The teacher did a roll call and found that Ted Chinnen and To Honghua were not in class. In half an hour and a short 500 meters, 2 boys had disappeared without a trace. 8 years after the disappearance, a message said a traveler took a photo of the missing boy to 2 limbless and deaf beggars on Bangkok streets. When the 2 cried and wanted to say something, they were taken away. It's also said, 10 years ago in a small city in South Korea, a crippled youth was singing Hokkien songs on the streets. He looked like Ted Chinnen. When people tried to take his photo, he was taken away immediately. These rumors lack real evidence. After many years, the appearance of the boys would have changed to the point their families couldn't identify them, more so outsiders. Other than that, the people who spread the rumors had never contacted the police or revealed themselves. In 1996, which was the 10th year after To Honghua and Ted Chinnen's disappearance, just when most people had started to forget this bizarre case, a private investigator revealed some unknown information about the case. This private investigator is called Henry Tay. Said he was a plainclothes policeman in Bukit Panjang. Henry Tay had revealed a shocking secret in his investigation. Tendia Guan was not To Honghua's biological mother. He suspected the person who took To Honghua was Tendia Guan's former husband and Honghua's adopted father. A Cheng, Ted Chinnen, was dragged into the incident. According to Henry Tay's investigation, Honghua was taken away because of Tendia Guan and Ah Cheng's disputes. In fact, both of them had operated a private bus business but had separated. Ah Cheng might have wanted to take revenge. He wanted Tendia Guan to suffer and regret for the rest of her life when she lost her son. Tendia Guan insisted To Honghua was her biological son, but she had never denied her business dispute with Ah Cheng. There was a breakthrough in the next finding. Tendia Guan had a complicated background. She was a bar hostess with the alias Mei Hua. She was accused of running illegal lotteries, and Ah Cheng was rumored to be a hitman of the secret society in Sun Tong in Samuen. He had several mistresses. Tendia Guan was not his original wife. In September 1996, using Henry Tay's lead, Singaporean police captured Ah Cheng, but after multiple interrogations, they couldn't find sufficient evidence to link Ah Cheng to the disappearance case, but to release him. In November 2010, a mysterious man contacted the media and said before the disappearance of the 2 boys, he witnessed To Honghua getting taken away by a man at KK Hospital. Ted Chinnen had also left following them. The mysterious man said when the man tried to take To Honghua, Ted Chinnen kept asking, and the man claimed to be To Honghua's father. To Honghua refused to follow him. With this information, the police contacted the news agency to reach the mysterious man. However, he never showed himself again. It has been 30 years since. In this case, though all parties had obtained some leads and information, no one could solve it. Some people believe that the 2 boys were killed some time after they disappeared. Some believe To Honghua and Ted Chinnen are still alive. If these 2 boys are still alive, they will be 40 years old. Even if they're still missing, their parents still hold on to the hope that they will come back one day.